Well, we saw two instances of two-tier policing in London today. The first one was the acquittal of Tommy on those on basically what was a completely false, unlawful arrest, assault, and I would hope he will get massive compensation also for false imprisonment. Possibly, could it be GBH, pepper spraying someone at point blank range when he wasn't actually resisting, when he's already handcuffed? Who knows? That's for the legal team, for Tommy's legal team to basically decide. Um, so we had that going on, and then we had the demonstration in Whitehall. When we got to Whitehall, as you probably know, on Friday of last week, the Met just refused to give permission for a platform in Whitehall on St George's Day. Now, remember, 2 weeks ago, not even before Christmas, when the Hamas hate marches were at their height, but 2 weeks ago, there was a platform outside the Houses of Parliament on a workday, actually right outside House of Parliament, with the Hamas hate marchers and the British traitors, right? So that happened in the UK, in Parliament Square 2 weeks ago. We're asking for a platform in Whitehall on St George's Day, and we're just knocked back straight away. Okay, so we were actually going to have to move it to Trafalgar Square. We weren't allowed any staging, so we arranged an alternative sound system, and basically we were going to go with that. On Monday, Danny phoned up the Met, and basically they gave permission to put staging in Whitehall. So the Whitehall gig went ahead, and it was fantastic. It was not because of the police, but because everybody there was sensible. It was a really good party atmosphere. The sound guys, playing the different tunes were absolutely superb. The speeches were superb. The crowd were fantastic, peaceful, happy, passionate about the country, passionate about doing something to save the country. All good, right? Meanwhile, what we didn't know, because obviously we were engaged with being on the platform and on the stage, but we found out because word of mouth travels pretty quickly because lads are on the phones telling what's happening. Lads that were trying to get to the staging area were kettled by the police. I saw the police violently attacking these guys, right? I also saw the police deploy horses, and I mean, I've been hit by one of those horses at a previous demonstration. Again, completely, innocent bystander. Bang! You get hit by the back end of one of them horses. You know about it. Now, there's footage of a horse charging into a guy, and then another guy kind of shooing it away with an umbrella or whatever it was. The guy that shooed the horse away has now been arrested, right? What's all that about? I mean, and totally uncalled for. All they had to do was let the people down there, because what the police would say, oh well, it could cause problems if we have too many people in that area, right? They put conditions on the march as well, as far as I know. I wasn't privy to the all the policing side of things, but when I got there on the ground, I basically helped out with liaising with the police, because obviously, those demonstrations are very busy, and you need a lot of hands on to the deck. You need a lot of people to help with stewarding and all that sort of stuff. And everyone's got to muck in and basically do what they've got to do. So I help with the liaison with the police. And one of the things I noticed straight away, once the demonstration started, the police lined up, guys with riot helmets on, batons, not drawn, but the big long batons, ready to put their helmets on and literally start laying into people. So I went to I think it was the gold commander, and it was a woman, and I said, look, we helped you earlier when people were blocking the road. We asked them nicely to move because there are people, and they did it for us, but they didn't do it for you because they don't respect you and they don't like you. And that's the way it is. And now you've put officers in a long line along the back of our demonstration that look like they're spoiling for a fight. I'm telling you now, that is going to cause you problems, right? And to be fair, she did actually move them, I suppose, about halfway into the road away from our lads, because they were cheek by jowl, and and these are TSG or whatever they call them, plastic riot cops. You know what I mean? So basically, that was the situation there. Now, when I saw the footage from further up Whitehall, and I got the reports that police were just laying into people. And it happened, as far as I know, after the event as well. So people were trying to get to the pubs. The police are laying into them. But stopping them coming to our demonstration that they all knew about and they wanted to go to, I think it was football lads they attacked. And let's be just brutally honest. What I saw, and again, I can only go from the footage I saw the police violently attacking patriotic men on St. George's Day. Can you imagine if that had happened during Ramadan? Can you imagine if that had happened on the festival of Eid? Eh? You know, and the reality is, right, and this is the truth, the reality is that the people on our side, right, we don't go out there looking for a fight with the police. Because a lot of the lads that these police are weighing into and laying into, they can handle themselves. And they are being very, very restrained with the police, without a shadow of a doubt. Because at the end of the day, we all know the consequences, right? Now, you go and look at what the Hamas hate marchers have got away with. Damaging property, clambering over what do you call it, war memorials, bowing to pray to a foreign god at war memorials, making inflammatory speeches, calling for jihad, not one person arrested, calling for genocide against Jewish people, not one person arrested. Now, this is what's happening in London. And so what do? Do we say, okay, well, if it's mass violence you're afraid of, then maybe we need to flex our muscles a bit more? No, I don't think we should do that. But I think we need to have plans and strategies of civil disobedience that will make the police start behaving themselves. And I'm sure the Met Police, there'll be someone, one of your liaison people or one of your little online trolls will be watching this video. And my message to you is very, very simple. Why do you treat English people, proud English people, like the scum of the earth, and yet traitors who want to destroy the country that you police and want to destroy your way of life and want to turn your country's culture into something completely alien? Why are you protecting them and not arresting them, and arresting and assaulting? And you certainly assaulted Tommy Robinson. From what I saw today, you assaulted some of those football lads, if they were football lads. So why is that happening? And I think it's purely and simply because you're cowards, because you're terrified of a backlash of Islamic terrorism. That's the truth of it. And you need to grow some backbone. And all the command structure needs to be absolutely radically changed, because the contempt that you have for us, that is mirrored by us back to you. And the other thing is this, Met Police, Gold Commanders, you do realise that policing is by consent. And if we remove our consent, you have a massive problem. Anyway, I'm disgusted. Again. And it could have been such a good day. And to be honest with you, some of the police officers that I was dealing with, I'm not going to obviously name them, but some of the police officers, the liaison officers, were decent. And one of the commanders was decent. But what I saw further on up the street, it's not acceptable. Get out the way. If someone wants to get to a demonstration, get out the way and let them get to it. You are absolutely riding roughshod over freedom, democracy and equality. You're a disgrace. And you need to hang your heads in shame. And we're coming back on the 1st of June. And we're going to have a massive demo. We are going to have an absolutely massive demo. So, will things have changed by then? We'll see. Or will they try and grab Tommy on some other trumped up charge and arrest him for that? And falsely imprison him yet again? It's disgusting. The legal system in this country, we got a bit of justice today. But would he have got that justice if he hadn't have had the King's Council that he had? Who knows? Anyway, it's been a long day, but I just felt I had to make that because I'm so disgusted with the way the Metropolitan Police have behaved. Shameful. Absolutely shameful. Yet again. Just disgusting.